Ground and Borough.
Well, that was absolutely cut. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to Daz's Football Stand for tonight's Carabao Cup quarter-final draw commentary. Obviously, I've decided not to get the laptop out of anything tonight. I've not been very well last couple of days, but I was like, it's the Carabao Cup draw. I normally do it, so I sort of forced myself into doing this stream. So this is actually a live commentary, not like the usual stuff we do on the channel. I don't think a lot of the viewers will want to see me when I'm not very well, so I decided I'll just check for this. Are we fine? So I just do on the channel. What's doing that? Tell I don't use StreamYard on the iPad normally, but welcome to the stream if you've just tuned in tonight. I'm Davil Johnson, your host for this evening's draw. I'll just try and edit the ball, just edit the ball numbers very, very quickly indeed. Right, there we go. Hope you can all hear me fine. There we go. How are you all? Excuse me. As I say, for the regulars, this will be a bit of a different stream compared to normal. Obviously, I'm not too well at the moment, and I didn't fancy. I wasn't going to actually do the stream at first, and then I decided, oh well, sod it, I might as well, because it's a Carabao Cup draw quarter final. We normally do the draws, but obviously this is going to be sort of a commentary stream instead of the normal live watch along, because obviously I'm not very well. I don't fancy really being on camera, and I don't think everyone will want to see me. Excuse me. I don't think everyone will want to see me in the state that I'm in, because I haven't been very well the last couple of days. It's been a bit of a pain in the backside for me recently. So I say, for the regulars, apologies for not being on the channel the last couple of days, but it is nothing I can really do about it. We don't know I don't know what the problem is. I've been thinking it's tonsillitis or something, and all I'm getting from the doctor is, it's a standard virus or something. I really don't know, to be truthfully honest with you. But I hope you're all doing better than me. We've got a few people in the stream, so welcome to the stream if you just joined. This is a live commentary. The draw should be starting, hopefully, in the next 5-10 minutes. But obviously, with it being on Sky Sports, there's always a tendency, or they always have a tendency of chatting for about 15 minutes and then getting on with a draw. But I've started early tonight because it's not just a draw that I want to really talk about tonight. It's the World Cup as well. Obviously, I sadly wasn't available to do the World Cup final. I did watch it, and actually gutted that I didn't actually stream it in the end, because it was probably the best World Cup final that we'd ever seen. Let us know your thoughts in the live chat about the World Cup final and the World Cup tournament as a whole. I have to say, Qatar, it was a strange one, really. But a bit of a strange one, wasn't it, with Qatar? Obviously all the human rights stuff, and obviously no beer and everything. A lot of people were a bit annoyed about it. But you got to say that Qatar did really well hosting it. They were pretty decent hosts in the end. And it was quite an entertaining tournament. We had loads of shocks here and there. Argentina sort of probably against the odds, actually, playing against France in the final, the current holders, Lionel Messi, etc., winning that. And everyone, this is what annoyed me, right? I can understand all the hype up about Messi winning the World Cup, but I can't understand why everyone is just talking about Messi, right? And not talking about people like Emiliano Martinez, who was actually the reason why Argentina actually won the World Cup. He won them the penalty shootouts, not just in the World Cup final, but in the other knockout phases as well. You know, he was superb for them. But you can let me know in the live chat your thoughts on Argentina winning. It was probably deserved in the end, wasn't it? They played really well throughout the tournament, apart from the Saudi Arabia game, which was pretty amusing. But you let me know in the live chat. Let's have a look at the comments anyway. Hope you can all hear me. I apologise if you are struggling to hear me. I'm trying to speak as loud as I can, which isn't really a good idea. I've been having a bit of a sore throat and I've been having all sorts of issues the last couple of days. So if you can't hear me very well, I do apologise about that. I am doing my best at the moment. I wasn't going to actually do the stream at first, but I decided, it's a Carabao Cup. We normally do it. The draw is on Sky Sports. Main event is just following the game that's just finished now between Manchester City and Liverpool. And I have to say, if that's a spectacle for when, if that's the standard of football we're going to be seeing when the Premier League returns on Boxing Day, we're going to be in for an interesting few months of the season. Let's welcome everyone in the live chat, by the way, and get in the live chat, by the way. Hello to Mia. Hello to Tralumba, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Scotty B, Lucas Butler, Logan, King Gaiman, Box, Ben Allison, NUFC fan in the live chat, NUFC 123, Abs, and also Din Games. Let me know who you want your team to face in the Carabao Cup draw. No footage, sadly, will be shown in this stream due to copyright reasons. Unfortunately, that's not down to me. That is the YouTube regulations. So if you want to watch the draw, you need to go on to Sky Sports or Sky Sports News to watch it because I cannot show it on here. Excuse me. Marshall Mason, is the draw going to be live on YouTube on Sky Sports? I don't know whether Sky Sports are showing it live on YouTube. I know they're showing it live on the telly. So if you have Sky Sports, then you can watch on there. If not, I'll be giving you a full commentary of the draw anyway. And I am more reliable than some other people that I've doing the draw. They just sit there and go, oh, it's so-and-so against so-and-so, and that's it. You know what I mean? It is one of them things. United versus City, says Elias. One tie, I don't want. Just looking at the stats, by the way, anyone who wasn't watching the Liverpool game, Manchester City had 18 shots with 9 on target, so 50% shot accuracy. Their XG, which is expected goals, was actually 2.3 goals, so they actually did better than their expected goals. Liverpool also did better than their expected goals as well. They had 7 shots. Only 2 on target. The 2 shots on target were the ones that went in the net. Simple tapping from Mo Salah, and a well-taken goal actually by who was it? Fabio Carvalho. Was a well-taken goal, I have to say, by the youngster. Their expected goal difference was 0.69. Good number, by the way. Nicola Valerie. Hello, Nicola. Hope you're doing well. Oh, she's given us £5. Oh, cheers for that. Cheers for that, Valerie. Good to see you in the stream. And I'll let me parents know you in the stream. Nicola, by the way, for those who don't know, is someone that me and my family know. Where are you? I'm currently sat in my bedroom, but I am not going on camera for the moment because I'm not on camera tonight because I don't think we really want people to see what sort of state I'm in, because I've not been in a good state for the last couple of days. It's been an absolute nightmare these last couple of weeks, so apologies for that. I don't think I've got monetization, have I? I must do. I'll have a look at the end of it. I'm pretty sure I do. Black Eye. No. No, I've got a black eye. I think your mic's crackly, is it? Black eye? No. I've got a black eye. I think your mic's crackly. Oh, it is actually. I don't know why. Give me a sec. Right, we'll try that now. We'll see if that made any difference. It is a little bit crackly. Yeah, I do apologise about that. I'm actually live on the iPad as we speak. So, I mean, the iPad mic's fine. But obviously on StreamYard, it's not as good, is it? But we're only going to be live for about, I'd say about 15 to 20 minutes anyway. So, we're only going to be on for a short space of time. But you can still get your thoughts in the live chat, by the way, of course. Do us a favour, by the way, drop us a like. Get well soon, Devil. Love to your mum and dad. Cheers, Nicola. Cheers, Nicola. Comments, does it? I've been getting to some of the comments, mate. Look what YouTube's brought in. Famous man's been away on a Donna map. No, I haven't been on a Donna map. Thank you very much. When the draw on, hopefully in the next couple of minutes, they're just going through all the analysis for the City game. They've got Mary Earps on. They've got a United women's goalkeeper on a Manchester City game, I ask you. Oh, dear me. Anyways, back to where we were. Box has put agreed, Dazza. I think he was on about when I was talking about the World Cup. Let us know your thoughts about the World Cup, by the way. It was a very interesting tournament, wasn't it? I just hope they never have the World Cup in December, because it was a bit of a ridiculous time to have it. It should be in the summer, not in the winter. United v City. A lot of people are saying United v City. Not. Because I don't want United to play Manchester City. Because if United play City, you can definitely say that's goodbye United, because United don't tend to beat City. Certainly in the Carabao Cup. You were in bed for most of it. No, I was watching the games as well, mate. Just haven't been streaming or doing anything on YouTube. Anyone who watches my singing channel, by the way, I'm going to put a song up tomorrow whilst me and my girlfriend are out for a 7-month meal. So there you go. Hard to believe that me and my girlfriend, who's actually in chat, me and me have actually been together 7 months nearly. It's unbelievable, actually, isn't it? I can't believe people who've been watching Channel 4 a while will know that we've been together since May. Now I nearly forgotten the date. Singing channel needs some TLC. You mean love? Yeah. Well, I'm uploading. Trying to remember which song I'm uploading tomorrow. I can't remember now. It's. I'm trying to think. Oh, I think it's Driving Over Christmas, actually. By Chris Rea and his brother Diarrhea. That was a crap joke, that wasn't it? What time's the draw at? Hopefully within the next 5 minutes. But as usual, they're going through all the analysis and all that jazz, looking back at the goals and all that jazz from the City game. If you did miss the City game, cracking game, by the way. Certainly a great start to second half. 2 goals in the first 4 minutes of the second half. All started, though, with an early goal inside 10 minutes from Erling Haaland. Cross came in and he just smashed it into the net at the near post. Equaliser came 20 minutes in. Carvalho with a cool finish into the bottom corner. In the second half, we had Mahrez slotted it perfectly into the bottom far corner as well for 2-1, literally a minute into the second half. That didn't last very long, because about a minute and a half later, it was 2-2. Mo Salah with a simple tap-in. And then the winner came from Nathan Ake, a cracking ball into the penalty area again, I think, from Kevin De Bruyne. And Nathan Ake just headed it straight into the net. It was as easy as you like, actually, wasn't it? So, yeah, if you didn't watch the game, you missed quite a superb game, actually. It was a cracking game. Mia's put a super sticker in, has she? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. with the love art, with the love art face emoji or whatever you want to call it. Aye, jeez, Dal. Rashford has scored a hat trick. United v City at Old Trafford. Rashford. I mean, I saw the goal that he scored last night, and the first thing I said was, "What a goal!" Because it was a superb finish, and it wasn't just a finish. It was his movement on and off the ball. He got himself into a good position right near the halfway line, and once he got the ball, he was just off like a rocket. Straight past players, got in between two players, hit the shot. To be honest, it was one of the best solo goals I'd seen all season. You know, it was a cracking goal. What time, please, need sleep? But I can't give you a precise time because, unfortunately, I'm not Sky Sports, and I'm hoping Sky Sports get it done within the next 5 minutes. I'm waiting for it to come up saying Carabao Cup draw next. But I don't know when the draw's going to actually take place because they're just currently looking back at the goals. So I'm hoping they don't take too long doing it because I'm the same. I want to get off and go on to FIFA and go on Call to McGovern and all that jazz. So because I've got things to do afterwards. So I hope they don't take too long. They're just on Liverpool's second goal. A 2v2 on the counter attack, and I don't know how Nathan Ake didn't get to the ball ahead of Mohamed Salah. Has it started? No, I'm still waiting for it to start. In the meantime, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see, well, not the bottom of your screen because that's a live chat, but if you look at the bottom of the stream, you will see the ball numbers coming across the bottom. Charlton Athletic at number 1 caused a massive shock by knocking out Brighton and Hove Albion on penalties. Leicester City, number 2, demolished MK Dons by 3-0 away. Number 3, Manchester United comfortably cruised past Burnley. Played okay in the second half, but better team won. Number 4 is, of course, Newcastle United. They just about scraped through to the quarterfinals. An own goal sent them through against AFC Bournemouth. Number 5, Nottingham Forest, absolutely demolished Blackburn Rovers of the EFL Championship by 4-1 away from home. Southampton are number 6. They won by 2-1 against Lincoln City in Nathan Jones's first home game as the new manager. 7's Wolverhampton Wanderers. They won, I think 2-0 it was. They won 2-0 against Gillingham with first game under Lopetegui. So some new managers have come in during the World Cup. And number 8, of course, Man City have just beaten Liverpool by 3-2. Now, it's on Sky Sports, pal. And for those who don't know, I'm afraid I cannot show the game footage. It is illegal, I'm afraid. Excuse me. King of Cups in our chat. Just trying to listen to something here. Oh. Oh, come on. What's it doing? Oh, what ball number? Sorry, Liam Martin, who's actually at the dart. He's playing darts tonight. He would have joined me otherwise. He's just asking what number United are. We are ball number 3. These always take forever to be done by half 11. This rate, yeah. Tell me about it, mate. I'm hoping it doesn't take too long, though, because I do want to go to bed by. I am going to bed at midnight tonight, so I'm hoping we're done by then. 110 likes, by the way. You won't be able to see on the camera, because obviously I haven't got the camera on, but I've got the iron brew. You'll probably hear in a second. Oh, there you go. I love the sound of the iron brew opening. There you go. You love the good old sound of the iron brew. Do apologise if the microphone is a little bit crackly. I'm currently on the iPad. I don't normally use the iPad, but with me not being well and obviously only going to be about less than half an hour probably, I just decided I I just couldn't be bothered to get the laptop and the mic and everything out, and just for sake of 20 odd minutes or however long it's going to be. But we won't be here for too long anyway, so hopefully once the draw's done, we'll be sorted. Let me know your thoughts on the draw. Who do you want your team to face in the next round? This is the quarter-final stage. Also, at the same time, let us know in the live chat what your thoughts were on the FIFA World Cup. Because I thought it was although it was a very strange tournament, it ended up being one of the best tournaments I think we'd ever seen. There was so much controversy in it. There was loads of shocks here and there. We had teams like Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Morocco were superb in that tournament. It was an unbelievable achievement for them getting to the semi-finals. So it was Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Iran also caused shock as well, don't forget. Who else was there? Japan. Japan getting to the round of 16s as well, don't forget. Belgium getting knocked out was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? And then Argentina winning the World Cup. France, I think, went in as the favourites for that final. But there you go. The final was probably the best final. It was a remarkable tournament, and it finished off with a remarkable final. And, I think a lot of the credit has to go to Emiliano Martinez because, he played the usual mind games on the penalties. It worked for him, and he's a superb goalkeeper, isn't he? Certainly for Argentina. The amount of penalty shootouts and the amount of incredible saves he made in that tournament, unseen. He was definitely the best goalkeeper in the tournament, and he fully deserved it. And everyone's talking about Messi just because it's the first time Messi's actually won the World Cup. But fair enough. But I think the other players that deserve a lot of credit, probably a lot more credit than Messi, is Martinez. Di Maria in that final was probably man of the match. Messi obviously did get himself 2 goals, a penalty, which I thought was the softest penalty I'd ever seen. Then again, I didn't think any of the penalties given in that game were actually penalties. I thought they were very, very strange, very soft penalties to give away. They're currently interviewing Anthony Robertson, by the way. So I don't know how long they're going to be talking to Robertson for. Oh, they've actually finished. Just currently doing all the bloody interviews, so I don't know how long they're going to take doing this, getting ready for this draw. But I hope it's soon, because this is always the boring part where you just getting bored of waiting for the draw. So that's why I've been talking about the World Cup. So, we're not just here sat in silence waiting for the draw to start. Stop discussing about the World Cup. Do the draw for the FA Cup. We need to sleep, guys. But it's not down to me. It's down to Sky Sports. They haven't got the draw ready on Sky Sports yet. So not much I can really do about that. Welcome Hamburger, by the way. Sultan as well. Draw should be starting hopefully soon. No idea exactly when it's going to start because all they're doing is talking about the game, talking about specific players, and instead of doing that, they're not bloody doing anything else. That French game was a game that we should have won. The referee was being disgusting. How many clear decisions didn't go our way? I've said beeping, by the way, because obviously I don't say the actual word on the streams. So we do try and keep it PG. Very difficult to do, mind, on social media. Do you consider Messi a GOAT? To be honest, I've never really classed Messi or Ronaldo as GOATs, to be honest with you. I don't sort of get into that debate. Because otherwise you get people saying, hey, Ronaldo's the GOAT, hey, Messi's the GOAT. I don't really get involved in that conversation. Messi, I've got to say, Messi's more of a GOAT than Ronaldo is. Ronaldo's absolutely garbage now. He's well and truly past it. Messi is 35-year-old, scoring goals in the World Cup, just won the World Cup. Also, he just won the World Cup with Argentina, and Argentina haven't won it for 36 years. So I suppose you could say that he could be, if not really. I mean, he's sort of completed it, hasn't he? He's got Ballon d'Ors. I never forgive him for the Ballon d'Or that he stole off Levy in 2021, I think it was, which he didn't deserve to win. But, he is one of the best players in the world and probably one of the best players of all time. So you can't really argue the fact, can you? Do you think Zidane's a goat? What, for headbutting Materazzi? Was it actually him who headbutted Materazzi in 2006? Am I thinking of the wrong player? What are you getting for Christmas, mate? How do I know? I don't go looking at the presents I'm getting. I don't know what I'm getting, mate. All I know is I'll probably be getting cards, money, presents. I really don't know what I'm going to get. I'll tell you what else we're going to be getting is a Christmas dinner. And also you guys will be getting a Christmas vlog, hopefully on Christmas Day as well. And hopefully a Borough vlog on Boxing Day, because Borough take on Wigan in front of a sold-out audience. So we're hopefully going to have about 30,000. Who do you want to win the FA Cup? The FA Cup? Well, we're talking about this is the Carabao Cup, mate. The FA Cup, I don't know. I can't really. It's difficult to really predict who's going to win the FA Cup because we're only in round 3 now, and we've still got games taking place in January. So it's very difficult to predict who's going to win when there's still another 64 teams left in it. Ask me when we get to the quarters or the semis, maybe. Have a nice Christmas, says Nicola. Cheers, Nicola. Thanks for joining us. And up your nose, everyone. That's for the regulars. Can you say Famos Argentina? No, because I'm not Argentinian. Famos England. Well, I say England. Couldn't even get past France, who did practically naff all game. That just shows Argentina are better than England, but I think we've known that for years. We've known that for years, haven't we? Why don't you get some green? Eh? What do you mean green? What are you on about? Can you say Vamos Harry Maguire? Box, I ask you. Really, Vamos Harry Maguire, I ask you. No. Who likes Harry Maguire? I mean, honestly. I don't know how Harry Maguire got into the team of the tournament. Yeah, he was okay for England, but hell, he didn't do that much. Who was the worst Premier League player this season? Oh, I could think of a few. Darwin Núñez is going to be a flop, what I will say. The amount of chances he had in that game against Man City, by the way, he absolutely wasted. He's crap. Maguire is crap for United. But for England, he plays well, which I cannot understand. I don't really know. There's that many. We'd be probably here all night if I was going through them. I assume they've just come back from an advert break, so I assume they'll be going on to the draw. Are they going on to the draw? What are they doing? Please say they're going on to the draw, because I don't want to be here all night. And I know everyone else doesn't want to be sat here all night waiting. Oh, they're going to talk to Jurgen Klopp, are they? Oh, talking to Jurgen Klopp now? Oh, can we just get on with the draw? How long does it take to get on with a bloody draw? For goodness sake. They're talking to Jurgen Klopp now? Oh, goodness me. Oh, I might as well give you the update on the bloody dart while we're at it. Goodness me. Let's have a look at some more comments have just come in here. Maguire played well. He was like a modern day Franz Beckenbauer. That's going back a bit, isn't it? Franz Beckenbauer. Oh, you're going back a bit there. When's the draw? No idea. I understand little English, but your accent makes it hard for me to understand what you're saying. It probably doesn't help by the fact that I'm live on the iPad and the mic's not brilliant when it comes to streaming on the iPad. But that's on StreamYard, actually. My accent is I'm Northern. I live in the Northeast. And I'm not sounding myself anyway because I have been struggling with colds and stuff for the last couple of days and weeks. So Yeah, it's because I live up north. Sometimes the northern accents are difficult to understand. Then again, you should try. You should listen to people who. You should listen to people in the Liverpool. You can't understand a word they say. Can someone put the games in the chat when they're drawn, please? I'm watching in silence. Why are you watching in silence? Okay. Pleb master. Oh dear. I gotta say that name's a lot of balls, isn't it? What's your worst sport? One sport I really can't stand watching is rugby. Don't like rugby. American football, actually. Sorry, American football's got to be the worst one. Who watches that? I ask you. Eugene, Merry Christmas all. Good to see you in the stream, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. Don't forget, for the regulars on the channel, we'll be back again. So after today, we won't be back until after Christmas now. But we have a Christmas Day vlog, all being well, coming up for you all, and a Borough vlog for Boxing Day as well, when we host Wigan Athletic. So yeah, you got one or two things coming up after Christmas. I'm going to try and sort out a stream for a World Cup 2022 quiz, if I can get any guests sorted, and if I can get questions sorted. We'll see about that, but that might be even next week or into the new year. We'll see what happens. But I've got one or two things in mind, but whether we end up doing them, I don't know. I like NFL. It's class. No chance. I hate NFL. I call it Nothing Football League. Because it's not football. It's called American football. It's basically a whip-off version of rugby, isn't it? It's a whip-off version of rugby, you know. Bye for now. Bye-bye, Valerie. Thanks for joining. Have a good Christmas. That's an interesting name. Plebmaster. I've never seen a name like that before. I hope we draw Charlton says box. I think everyone wants that. What I will say, though, is if United are going to get anyone, it needs to be at Old Trafford. If it's away to City or away to Newcastle, they're probably the toughest ties that United could get away from home. Would love to hear your opinion. Did Lionel Messi resolve the conflict between... Did Lionel Messi resolve the conflict? I assume that means to become the best in history. If you missed out there. Is Valerie your girlfriend? No. She's a friend of the family. It's actually one of my mum's old school friends, actually. My girlfriend's Mia, as I'm sure you know, because we've been together for 7 months nearly now. Mia's my girlfriend, and that's been for about 7 months now. Will it stop talking to Jurgen Klopp and get on with the draw? It's nearly past, and we still haven't bloody started. I mean, come on. The show on Sky Sports is meant to finish at 11 o'clock. I ask you. I mean, you could say that Messi, it has now become the best in the history of football, because he's won everything, hasn't he? And he, at the age of 35, just to win every single tournament that he could win is magnificent, isn't it? He's done superb in his career. So yeah, he's got to be up there as one of the best, if not the best in the world, actually. And I've also got to say, Martinez is now currently the best goalkeeper in the world, because he just won, obviously, the World Cup. But will he be as good as he was for Argentina when he goes back to playing for Aston Villa? I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a completely different ball game in the Premier League, so we'll see what happens. Klopp makes me fall asleep. I've had more excitement watching paint dry, to be honest with you. And Jamie Carragher's now. Goodness me. And now Jamie Carragher's talking. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not listening to it, because I can't understand a word he's saying. They speak what I call spit language. Every time you listen to a Scouse, it sounds like they're spitting all over the place. It's on Sky Sports, The Draw, when they eventually get on with it. That Mark Chapman hosting it. Mark Chapman never hosts Sky Sports. What's he doing on these? BBC? Unless he started doing the Carabao Cup games on Sky Sports, I don't know. Does get around, doesn't he? Who's your favourite darts player? Mine's Adrian Lewis. He's been hitting the jackpot recently, hasn't he? If you understand darts, you'll understand that joke. Because Adrian Lewis's darts name is Jackpot. Well, I said he's been hitting the jackpot recently. Right, that's fine. So look, any other comments in? Good to see everyone in stream, by the way. I think this is the most we've had in the stream for ages. So, yeah, it's been a while. By the way, if you haven't already done so, do go and check out the FC Barcelona New Camp tour. Really enjoyed doing that. So you can go and check that out. If you're bored waiting for the draw to start, go and check that out while you're at it. So you can go and check that out while you're waiting for the draw. I'm hoping the draw will actually start soon. But if you have just tuned in, welcome to the stream. I'm Darryl Johnson. I apologise if the mic's not amazing. We're still waiting for the draw to get underway. They're just all we're hearing at the moment, or all I'm seeing at the moment, is Jamie Carragher talking about Kevin De Bruyne. So I don't know how long it's going to be before they eventually. I don't know how long it's going to be so we actually get the draw started. I've been here since 5 to 10. The game finished at about 5 to 10, and we still haven't got the draw started yet. So we're still waiting. So I don't know how long we'll be, but in the meantime, get in the chat. Analysis of KDB instead of the draw. I know. Tell me about it. Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, in fairness, Kevin De Bruyne did have a really, really good game. He was the better player on the pitch. That's what I was trying to say. But Sky Sports did say, yeah, it did come up saying, well, it actually said when I had a look on the thing on online earlier on, or as we call it, Google these days. When I had a look on Google earlier on, there's something came up saying the draw was meant to take at around 10:15. But if the game went to penalties, whatever, it would be around 10:30. The game finished in normal time. It should have started by now, but as usual, Sky Sports taking the pee and don't get on with it. So I apologise if you've been here since the start and you've been waiting over half an hour. Don't worry, because you're not the only one who's been waiting here half an hour. I've been sat here 40 minutes during the stream, waiting for the draw to start. So there you go. It is what it is. Stanway, sorry, I beg your pardon, in the live chat. Reckons Charlton versus United, City versus Newcastle, Southampton versus Leicester, and Forest versus Wolves will be the final ties. That's what he reckons. That's not the official ones because we haven't had the draw yet. So I'll let you know when the draw does get underway. Watch the draw be rigged as well. Yeah, that's normally the case. Who do you support? I assume since you put up the Reds, you're on about United or Forest, maybe? I don't know. Up the Addicts, that's a Charlton fan. Did well, didn't you, against Brighton and Hove Albion? But I tell you what, if you get a team like United, City or Newcastle, you're going to struggle. So you might struggle in the quarter-final, but be interesting to see how you do. Could you do what Bradford City did all them years ago? 9 years ago, wasn't it? Bradford City getting to the 2013, I think it was, EFL Cup final or whatever it was called back then. So it's had that many names. EFL Cup final, and they played against Swansea and got absolutely tonked. But we'll see what happens. Pride of London. Charlton. Is that Charlton you're going on about? Oh my God. They're in £400 and you can have my robe, mate. No, I don't wear robes. Bradford v Chelsea. No, it wasn't Bradford versus Chelsea, mate. It was Bradford versus Swansea final. Swansea City won it, I think, 5-0 or something like that, too. It wasn't Bradford Chelsea, Sam. I can tell you that for a fact. Blackburn winning the Champions League. Dream on. Dream on. I mean, they have won the Premier League back in the 90s, so you never know. But I don't think Blackburn are anywhere near the Premier League. They're not even top of the league. Bradford beat Chelsea 4-2. That was the FA Cup, mate, and that was round 4. Was that round 4 or round 5? Because that was the same day that Borough beat Manchester City away by 2-0. So both fans will remember that. Now, Bradford beat Chelsea, that was the FA Cup, mate, and that was 2014, I think it was. Or was it 2015? Was it 2014 or 15? 2015, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was January 2015, because it was the same day Borough beat City. What time does the draw actually start? All I can say is within the next 5 minutes, hopefully. They're interviewing Slaphead, Pep Guardiola now, so... The draw was meant to start between 10:15 and 10:30. And as usual, we're going to be sat here an hour before the draw's even started. Got good number of viewers, by the way, 69. Yeah, 2016. So, yeah, we beat City on the same day. Chelsea lost to Bradford. So, it's two of the biggest shocks in the tournament. So, we tell you it's also an Argyle. An Charlton Athletic fan. I'm getting my teams mixed up. One of my mates supports Plymouth Argyle, who I speak to quite regularly, actually. If Charlton beat Brighton, we will. I don't know. Borough playing against Brighton's going to be difficult, but I suppose if we can put in a good performance against them, I don't see why we can't beat them. Brighton fans think it's going to be an easy tie. I don't know. Manchester Derby could come out. Well, I hope not. Personally. Going to turn my Xmas tree on. All right, there you go. Yeah. I was just reading that briefly. What are the other comments? Oh, I've seen that one. Imagine Messi and De Bruyne and Haaland in front of them. My God. Messi, De Bruyne, and Haaland. What you mean in the same front three, or you mean in the same team? I mean, people have said before PSG will win the Champions League. They've got an incredible team, right? They've got Donnarumma, Verratti, Marquinhos, Sergio Ramos, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, etc., and they still can't win. They still can't win the Champions League. So. You could have a team of Ronaldo. You could have a team of legends. You could have probably the best team in the world and still not do it. You could have a team of as the guy said earlier on, Messi, De Bruyne, and Haaland. You still probably wouldn't win the Champions League or anything. So it all depends on who turns up. In these cup games, it all depends on who turns up at the end of the day. Oh, come on, Michael Richards, shut up and get on with the draw. While waiting for the draw, we don't want to listen to you guys waffling on about nonsense. Did MSN, Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, Barcelona era ever win the Champions League or not? Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Yes, they did. Yes, they did win it. But they were the best team. They were the best team in Europe at the time. They were just an unbeatable team. You played against them, you couldn't beat them. With PSG, they're a team that you can beat. That team is incredible. Don't get me wrong. But there's been one or two occasions where they've had the Barcelona, likes of Barcelona, etc., and Real Madrid, have had really good teams, but haven't won the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? You could have the best team in the world, but still not win the Champions League. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you have a really good team. Look at Man City. Look at Man City. Man City's team at the moment is Man City, when they got to the final, had a really, really good side. Chelsea's team were, well, decent, and they obviously had a good manager. Chelsea won it. They didn't have the best team in the world. At the end of the day, the team, the game, Champions League games, etc. These European, these massive cup games, etc. It's all down to how you play. If you don't turn up in that final, you're not going to win. Barcelona in that 2015 final, right? It was the first time they'd won it since 2011, right? That team, when they won the 2015 one, was a magnificent team. Don't get me wrong. But if they hadn't turned up, Juventus would have won it. It's because they turned up, they played a better game, they put in a really good performance. If you don't put in a good performance in these cup finals, you're not going to win it. I'm saying about Charlton, right? Charlton against teams like Newcastle, City, United, etc. Charlton will struggle in the quarterfinals. But it all depends on, I can say, Charlton will get absolutely demolished by whoever they get in the quarterfinals. But that would be me being delusional and just biased. So at the end of the day, these are cup games. There have been loads of shocks in the past. If Charlton could do what they did against Brighton, if they play against teams like United or City or whatever in this quarterfinal, if they do what they did against Brighton and Hove Albion, where they held Brighton and Hove Albion and then beat them on a penalty shootout, if they can do that in the quarterfinals, what's to say they can't do that? If they can do that against Brighton, what's to say they can't do that against teams like United, City, etc. Teams that are actually rather vulnerable defensively. Where was the 2015 final held? Was that before Dortmund Bayern at Wembley? No, I think you've got them mixed up. So the 2010 final was Bayern versus Inter at Santiago Bernabeu. 2011 was Man United Barcelona at Wembley. 2012 was Bayern versus Chelsea at Munich. 2013 was Dortmund Bayern at Wembley. 2014 was, I think, the Estadio de Luz in Lisbon. That was Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Then 2015 was held in the Olympiastadion in Berlin. That was Barcelona Juventus. 2016 was San Siro, I think it was. Again, Real Madrid Atletico. 2017 was the Millennium Stadium. Interesting hosts. That was Real Madrid Juventus. 2018. Where was 2018? 2018, I think, was Ukraine, wasn't it? Was it Kiev? Yes, because it was the Gareth Bale overhead kick against Liverpool, wasn't it? 2018 Liverpool. 2019 Liverpool won it at Atletico Madrid's ground. Then 2020 was meant to be in Istanbul, but obviously due to the pandemic, it got changed. So that was then at the Estadio de Luz, which Bayern won it. 2021 was at Porto, which Chelsea won it. And then this year, Liverpool won it. Sorry, Liverpool lost to Real Madrid in Paris, and 2023 is at Istanbul. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. The draw is coming up after the advert break. Good. They're going to an advert break, and the draw's coming on. So stay tuned. The draw's coming up within the next 2 minutes. Thank God for that. Stuck until 11:15. Goodness me. "2022 was meant to be at St. Petersburg." Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was meant to be at the Gazprom. But it got changed to Paris. All because of Vladimir and Nobed. By the way, if you're Russian, then I've got no hard feelings against Russian people, but Vladimir Putin. Ugh. What an idiot. But I'm not going to get into the Russia-Ukraine stuff because we're not here to talk about politics. I do feel there's too much politics in football these days, but at the end of the day, a lot of people have different opinions on that. Some people like politics being in it, but I'm one of those that doesn't like politics in football. But it is what it is. So, draw starting very, very soon. If you did miss the run through the teams, Charlton Athletic are number 1. They won against Brighton Hove Abbey on penalties. Played really, really well, actually, defensively in the end. Managed to hold them off. Number 2, excuse me. Number 2 is, of course, Leicester City smashed MK Dons by 3-0. MK Dons are having a cack season, by the way. Manchester United, number 3, beat Burnley by 2-0. Number 4, Newcastle scraped through with an own goal against Bournemouth. Number 5 is Nottingham Forest. They won 4-1 at Blackburn Rovers. 6 is Southampton, won by 2-1 against Lincoln. They struggled. 7's Wolverhampton Wanderers, who won 2-0 against Gillingham. And number 8 is, of course, Man City, who just beat Liverpool by 3-2. Is it just me, or is it just me that has a massive Sky Sports main event HD logo in the middle of the screen? Which screen? What do you mean? I'm tired. I've had a long day. Good night, straight. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. Covering the ads. No. I haven't got anything. So look. No, I haven't got that. No, I haven't got anything like that. No. No, Dad's gonna knock in a minute.
No, son.
Yeah, bye. Ugh. That's Dad going to bed. Yeah, bye. That's literally what I say to Dad. Like, my dad'll either knock on the door or we'll just open the door, say good night or whatever, and I'll just say, yeah, bye. What's your dad doing? Funny you should say that. He's gone to bed because he's tired. Right, we're going back onto the game now. They're going back onto the show now, which means the Carabao Cup draw is going to start. Oh. Went for Charlton now, tough to say. Can't say. I've got to say the celebration was cack though. Bit of a lucky own goal. So Newcastle are through because of an own goal. They just run Marcus Rashford's cracking goal, brilliant goal. Liverpool, well taken goals actually. I know Eriksen's was practically a simple tapping, but it was a superb assist from Wan-Bissaka. The draw's going to start if they don't. 10 hours talking. It's still there for the draw. Ha ha. Maybe go on a different channel then. I've just seen Sam Pinder's photo. He said he's got Sky Sports main event thing coming up in the middle of his screen. And he has. Go on a different channel. 8 teams to draw in this quarterfinal draw. Looking forward to seeing who gets who. The draw will be starting in a moment. And it's Shea Given who is going to be doing the draw by the looks of it. And I believe Mary Earps, who is the Manchester United women's goalkeeper, she'll be also doing the draw as well. Newcastle, Man U or City written all over this draw. Who do you support, mate? Which team is this showing about? If it's Charlton Athletic, then more than likely. More than likely if it's Charlton Athletic you're going on about. Which team are you going on about, pal? It's gone now. Yeah, you've gone onto a different channel probably. There you go. How much time left on the draw? We haven't even started the draw, mate. We're just about to get started now. So, quick reminder of the ball numbers. Charlton are number 1, Leicester number 2, Man United are number 3, Newcastle number 4, Forest number 5, Southampton 6, Wolves 7, and Man City 8. Newcastle, Man U, or City, Witten, all of draw. Oh, to be drawn against each other. Oh, right, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, mate, on the Carabao Cup draws. United always get tough draws. I mean, Burnley wasn't an easy tie, but we made it fairly easy. They didn't perform very well. We did. Those people who rule the world with the goal of eternal life for themselves, for those who are before them and for those who will be after them, they're going to prevent the second coming of the Saviour. Right. Okay, I don't know exactly what he's going on about. Good news, the draw is starting. Here we go. Man United are the first team out. They will be at home at Old Trafford, so take that. United at home. Beat Burnley by 3-0, and the 2017 winners of this competition. It's been that long since United actually won a trophy. 5 years. And Mary Earps, a United girl. Yes! United have got Charlton at Old Trafford. Get in. Good luck, Charlton. Best of luck, Charlton. I look forward to that tie. United have got Charlton. Brilliant. Cracking. That's cracking tie. That's a cracking tie for Charlton, by the way. And a good tie for United. Won't be that. It won't be as easy as people think, though. I'm looking forward to that one, though. Southampton are the next team out. So United are playing against Charlton Athletic. That's a cracking tie for Charlton, that. Southampton play against number 8, which is Manchester City. Southampton will host Man City. Southampton under new management, of course. Nathan Jones took charge of the first home game as Southampton, the former holders of this competition. Nottingham Forest are the next team out. Who will be going to the City ground? I wouldn't be surprised if this is Leicester City. I hope it is. Oh, it's Wolves. Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's exactly what United wanted. Southampton, Man City, the Library Derby. The Library Derby. I think there's more atmosphere at Southampton than City. Where's the comment where the guy actually predicted what's going to happen here? Newcastle United are the final team out. I wouldn't care. They're playing against these on Boxing Day, and they'll be playing these in the Carabao Cup. Newcastle will be at home to Leicester City. Newcastle versus Leicester. So that is the ties done then. So that's the draw eventually done. It's took us an hour, so thanks everyone for sticking around. Apologies that we've been going on for so long and the draws took forever. But these are your official Carabao Cup ties. Charlton Athletic get a tie at Old Trafford. They get to go to Old Trafford after beating Brighton and Hove Albion on penalties. Good luck to Charlton, no. I'm looking forward to that tie. And then the next tie was, of course, Southampton, obviously under new management, Nathan Jones, get a visit from the former holders, Manchester City. United, in a way, got the easiest draw, but it might not be the easiest match. Can't underestimate teams in this one. And the third draw was Nottingham Forest, and they take on Wolverhampton Wanderers. East Midlands versus West Midlands. That's going to be an interesting one to look out for. Nottingham Forest, Wolverhampton Wanderers, an old Premier League tie there. And then the final tie, another Premier League tie. They both play each other actually on Boxing Day in the Premier League. Is Newcastle United versus Leicester City. So some interesting ties there. I think the standout ones really, obviously United against Charlton. I think everyone will probably be watching that just to see how Charlton do. Premier League against League One. That's going to be difficult for Charlton because, United at the moment are a pretty good side. We finished Burnley off quite easily. But if Charlton can put in a good performance, it might not be straightforward. Newcastle have home advantage. Yes, they do have home advantage, obviously against Leicester. So do United. If United were away, could have been a much tougher tie. Man City away to Southampton. People will say that that's going to be an easy tie, but don't forget that Southampton are under new management, so that won't be as easy as a lot of people will be predicting. So that is one that could go anywhere. Don't forget that Man City last season lost to West Ham United away from home on penalties. So they do better at home than they do away from home. So could Southampton cause a shock? We'll soon see. Leicester City Newcastle is probably the toughest tie to call. You know, Newcastle United are a good team on form. They were very, very lucky to beat Bournemouth yesterday, mind. Or was it Tuesday night? So they were Tuesday night, I think it was. They were very lucky to beat Bournemouth the other night. So what's to say that Leicester City can't get a result against them? You never know. Teams have had home advantage before in the past and have still lost. But it seems like United do better at home than they do away from home. Will Newcastle have bought Maddison by then? Well, the games are taking place, I believe, at the start of January. Yeah, we commence on the 9th of January. So the games will be played on the 10th and the 11th of January, I would assume. And of course, it'll probably be in order. So I would assume Manchester United and Manchester City. I'll say that again. I would assume Manchester United versus Charlton and Southampton versus Man City. Now, will they do that? Because that would mean having two Manchester teams on the same time. Nah, I doubt they will. I think what they'll do is they'll have Manchester United against Charlton and possibly Nottingham Forest versus Wolves, both on Tuesday night, and Newcastle, Leicester, Southampton, Manchester City on the Wednesday night. Or what they might do is they might do completely different, and they might have a game on the Monday. They might have one game each day or something. I very much doubt it though. They'll probably have United, Charlton on Tuesday night, City probably on Thursday, Newcastle, Forest, Newcastle and Forest both of them games playing on Wednesday maybe. But if you did miss the draw, the tie's in full. We'll find out what day they actually are going to play at some point within the next probably week or so. Manchester United are playing Charlton Athletic in the quarterfinals. So for once, an easy-ish tie for United, but Charlton obviously are a team you don't want to underestimate. That could be a difficult tie. Could be an easy tie. We'll see what happens. That's going to be an interesting one. Southampton versus Manchester City as well. Not the easiest away game for Manchester City. Southampton under new management, of course. Nottingham Forest taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Be interesting to see how that one pans out. And Newcastle versus Leicester City. Ties will be played week commencing the 9th of January. Yes, the EVO Cup does have two-legged semi-finals, but this is the quarter-finals, and it's whoever wins goes through. So there you go. That's going to be the end of tonight's stream. Thank you, everyone who has been tuning in tonight. I apologise if there has been any mic issues. I haven't been too well recently, so I may not have been sounding as good as normal. And also I'm live on the iPad because I couldn't be bothered to get the laptop out tonight. But thanks everyone for tuning in. I've been Darryl Johnson. Best of luck to all the teams in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Have a wonderful Christmas as well. I'll be back for the regulars. For people who watch the channel anyway, the regulars, I'll be back on the channel with the Christmas Day vlog on Christmas Day and also the Bubba vlog on Boxing Day. But the next stream will not be until next week. Don't know what stream that's going to be. But if I don't see you live on the channel before New Year, then have a great New Year as well. But hopefully I'll be back on next week. See you all again very, very soon. Have a wonderful Christmas. And I'll hopefully see you all again before the New Year. Bye!